So as you know, this season we're visiting all 20 Premier League stadiums, and so far we've been to Villa Park, Old Trafford, Anfield, Goodison Park, Molineux, the Etihad, Turf Moor, Selhurst Park, the London Stadium, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Craven Cottage, the GTEC Community Stadium, St James's Park, and today we're ticking number 14 off that list. Yes guys, welcome back to Roy's Football Paradise today. As you can see behind me, we're here at Dean Court, aka the Vitality Stadium, the home of AFC Bournemouth. Now today is match day, it's an FA Cup match between Bournemouth and Swansea. Today's going to be a little less about the game itself. I've just used it as an excuse to get an up close look at the home of Bournemouth. They're not doing stadium tours as of right now, so I thought the closest way we can get a look is to come here on match day. It's dark, obviously, I've got a light on my camera, but we're going to try our best to do a complete 360 like we normally do. Remember, if you're new, well, you're not going to remember if you're new. If you are new, we're visiting all 20 Premier League stadiums this season, along with teams lower down the divisions. We even look at former football grounds, such as earlier on I went to the Dell, just around the corner at Southampton. Ladies and gents, let's crack on, let's take a look at the Vitality Stadium. Let's go. Right, so everyone seems pretty friendly. In the tent behind me is where we grab a beer. I say we loosely, because I'm driving. Might get the one. In a lovely tent over there. Now, this is the Premier League's smallest ground. People still think it's Luton, but obviously Luton increased their capacity for after the renovations they did. We're going to be in this stand over here. We're going to be sat over there somewhere. I have seen a cheeky glimpse through that door. The capacity for the Vitality Stadium is just over 11,000. But yeah, let's crack on, let's have a wander. Over here is the Bournemouth training complex. Now I did watch a video on, was it Bournemouth Fan TV, Back of the Net, something like that. I've heard that they're building a new stadium here. I'm just going to ask a Bournemouth fan actually. Let me go and ask security over there.
I've got no idea.
I thought I'd ask you anyway. Right, so I've just asked a few people and they've confirmed. It's just rumour at the moment that the training facility is where the new ground's going to be built. This isn't actually owned by Bournemouth, the football club, it's owned by the council apparently. There is incredible facilities over there behind me, but this that I'm walking on now is a public footpath. And as you can see, the path actually goes the whole way around the training pitch. This is so un-Premier League in 2024, when players are no longer accessible. You know, back in the day, people would just queue outside the training ground, outside like the cliff at Man United, and they would try and get players' autographs. The public can literally walk along these paths. You can't really see it because it's dark, and you'll have people like Solanke and stuff just training over there. At least that's what I think. Again, Bournemouth fans, correct me if I'm wrong. So if you're a bit of a ground hopper like me, or you're coming as an away fan, parking is fantastic. Just down there behind all these like mobile things is a huge car park. I've put 5 hours on the car and it's cost me £6. Obviously we've done some stadium tours around London lately and parking has been a bloody nightmare, but do not worry, if you are coming to check out Dean Court, the Vitality Stadium, parking is fine. So just to give you a bit of background info guys, on the Vitality Stadium, Dean Court is situated in Kings Park in Boscombe, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, which is basically a suburb of Bournemouth in Dorset. So all the way back in 1910, when the club was known as Boscombe FC, the Cooper Dean family gave the club a bit of land, which is now Dean Court. In 1923, the club became Bournemouth and Boscombe Athletic, and on that pitch at Dean Court, they had the first Football League match. And it was a bit of a snooze fest. It was a 0-0 draw against Swindon Town. And in 1971, they adopted the name they now play under, AFC Bournemouth. So I'm guessing over here behind me is the changing facilities for the training. When Bournemouth players are training, they'll get changed over there behind me. I think. Again, this is I'm kind of winging it today, guys, you might have guessed. This behind me is the Vitality East stand. Got a nice Up the Cherries banner over there. This has been here for a while, but it does feel like a setup you'd find at a new football ground. You know, we visited Brentford's recently after going to Griffin Park, and obviously the contrast between the two is massive. No terraced housing. You've got these brand new apartments around the new GTEC Community Stadium. Here, it's almost like on a sports complex. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's a beautiful little drive into the ground. Now, hang on a minute, right? There is a reason for that. There's a reason why it does look like your typical modern stadium. That's because Bournemouth completely rebuilt Dean Court in 2001. They basically rotated the pitch 90 degrees and moved the new ground further away from the housing that run adjacent to the old ground. Now, this new ground that was built in 2001 was originally built as a three-sided stadium, but from 2005 onwards, Bournemouth made numerous alterations to the new Dean Court. But after the rebuild, this is the time in which they started adopting a sponsor as the name of the stadium. The original sponsor name for the stadium was the Fitness First Stadium. Now, some of the alterations made over the years included a temporary stand similar to the one Wrexham have now on the south stand, but obviously that got taken down like a year later because attendances just weren't very good. There was no need for it. They weren't the Bournemouth they are today. Anyway, that's the reason for that. Right, so I'm at the opposite end from where I'm going to be sitting. This is the Steve Fletcher stand behind me over here. Apparently the club shop is that way. Like I said, we need to buy something from the club shop every time we visit one of these Premier League stadiums. The rule is we buy something from the club shop, or buy three things if you saw the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tour. So behind me over here is the main stand. As you can see, there's the club shop. So I think before we finish this 360 tour, let's finish it up in the club shop. Let's go and have a look. It's mad, this shop is absolutely huge. They've even got an actual trophy cabinet in the shop. That's the first Premier League club we've been to where the trophies are in the shop. The beauty is we're parked right next to the ground. I've got my one item, but on the way out I did see a lovely cushion, so I might be back post game to get a second item. Mal's going mad. My missus does not like me spending all this money. So ladies and gents, make sure you've liked the video so I can try and increase the growth of this channel. Atmosphere's building up. Let's get this back to the car and I'll show you what I got. Oh mate, what's your match prediction today?
Well, we better win.
What are we saying?
Arsenal, we've got men to Arsenal got to get to come from now.
Is he playing the full team today, full squad?
What do you reckon, Mark? I don't know the team news, but they're thinking might play, but who's injured? Max Allen's injured.
Yeah.
So,
What are we saying? What's the score prediction, boys?
I'm voting 2-0. That's it.
What did you say, 2-0?
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0 Bournemouth, come on. Cheers, boys.
See you later.
See you later, mate. So not that anyone's interested where we've parked, but we've parked over there and our way in is literally there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you back the scenic route because the setting as you drive into the ground, obviously it's not the best of days to show you, dark and drizzly, but I'm sure on a summer's day if you were to come here or at the start of the season, at the end of the season, this would be a lovely day out. I was going to time Bournemouth for like maybe May, later on in the season. It's nice. You've got a nice quiet road on the way in. To be honest, I'm just making this up because I really don't know what's around here, but in terms of the way it looks, it's very pretty. Right then guys, so before we head on into the ground, let's see what we've got from the club shop. You know I love novelty, quirky items, and I've got many dogs. I've got loads of chow chows, so I probably won't use this for the dogs, but we do have a Bournemouth dog bowl. So what we're going to do when we collect the items from each of these Premier League stadiums we visit, I did mention I'm doing up my man cave, so we can get all these on display, and we'll do a video at the end of the season as to which items we got from the club shop. So yeah, I'm happy with that. What do you reckon?
Go on, Cherry Bear. Hey, what's the score prediction? 3-0? 5-0, come on.
It does take refreshments this way as well.
Hello, mate.
To the England 1-0.
completely taken by surprise. Not that I thought it was going to be a disappointment, but it absolutely over-delivered. Obviously a 5-0 win for Bournemouth. But I don't know if we were sat in the noisy end, but the fans were fantastic. But should I really take this as a surprise? As the title says, this stadium is currently the smallest in the Premier League. People often mistake that title for being about Luton. Luton's ground would have been the smallest in the Premier League had they not done some of the modifications prior to this season. But you find with smaller stadiums, you tend to get a better atmosphere. Whether you do, in reality, it definitely feels like you do. People are on top of each other, and part of me thinks, oh, was it a good atmosphere because they won 5-0? Sing when you're winning. But no, the atmosphere was good prior to kickoff. I don't know if that really came out in the video, but the Bournemouth fans where I was sat, they were chanting constantly, not just throughout the game but prior to the game, songs. They were bantering back and forth with the away fans, the Swansea fans. Great atmosphere, thoroughly impressed, really enjoyed my time at the Vitality Stadium, aka Dean Court. But let's be honest, it's the fans that make the football ground. Without good fans, the ground just sits there empty. Just take like MK Dons for example, beautiful ground, but it's not necessarily a destination people really want to go to because it's half empty a lot of the time. Bournemouth really impressed me. Not only were the fans lively in the stands, they had a band. The mascot, as you saw, was getting involved with the band. It really improved the atmosphere, and yeah, it just felt like an old school FA Cup match. Boscombe, back of the net. Boscombe. Apologies about my pronunciations. You should know by now that I can't pronounce anything. But hopefully I didn't say obviously too much in this video, because that really does annoy me. If you did enjoy the video, guys, gently tap the like button, subscribe for more stadium tours. And I just want to say as well, the Arsenal tours are coming. Both the Emirates and Highbury should be on the channel on Friday. Reason it won't be before is because I'm filming this right now. I'm off to watch Aston Villa versus Newcastle, so I'm going to get that video up first whilst it's trending and stuff. Hope you enjoyed the video again, guys. There's more videos here, more stadium tours. Check some of those out, and I will see you in one of those videos. I'll see you there.